All right, now we're putting together block number 2. Crack Me Up, Nutcracker block number 2. I've got my patches picked out, peeled off, ready to put down. I'm using the wrong side of my fabric because I like the color that it gives me better. And I'm just going to start laying these out. Kind of find what goes where. I know that my hat's going to go at the top. Okay, so I want my hat to be centered at least a thumb's width, so I don't mess up my seam allowance. And I'll have to stand up and make sure that I've got this centered on here. I'm not going to be perfect. Just make sure your patches overlap enough they catch each other in your seam allowance. Well, that's upside down. These are nice big patches, so they go together real easy. All right, on the boots. So position your legs where you've got your seam allowance gap. Oh, I don't want that to fit under there. Why am I trying to make that fit under there? Get his legs in here. Now his coat. All right, I've left a generous amount of fabric underneath here for your applique. If you want to go in and trim that down, you can. The way I do that is I'll take my Sharpie and know that I can trim like that. And then you just take your scissors and trim it off. But I figure because all of us cut different and we lay our pieces down different, that it's easier to have fabric that you can trim off than it is to go, oh, Cindy, you did not leave me enough fabric to put those pieces together. See, that way you just don't have as much under there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I'll just reverse it. Make sure the legs are straight. Get your boots lined up. Give him a belt. I know I had hands here. The lapels. And tuck them under my belt. Shoulders. I know I've got hands over here somewhere too. Want your nose up high. And once again, I may not be happy with the fabric I chose for my nose. I'm hoping that stitching helps let that show out better. Let's see how this mustache goes. And just play with your patches until you get them where you want them. And I'll step back and take a look at this. I think I need my body to come over just a little bit that way to make it my seam allowances better. Oh. Cover up corners. And then when you're happy with it, iron it down. Of course, I forgot to plug my iron back in. See, you guys mistakenly think I know what I'm doing. I'll let that heat up a minute. Take another look at this. I want this to come a little bit more up on that shoulder. And then I'll just start ironing it down. And I know, this is exciting, isn't it? All right. I want to start on my face so that I don't lose little pieces. I'll just tack this down. Once I get a good tack down, then I'll go over and iron the whole thing. But I don't want my patches to buckle up on me, to come up. And aren't these going to be fun to stitch? I love big blocks. You can use decorative stitches to add embellishments to these guys. There we go. Got something yucky in there. And that is block number 2, all ready to be stitched.